welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my July favorites, and in full transparency, some of these favorites, well, a lot of these favorites were favorites that I discovered on my recent vacation. I was out and about. I went to about 3-4 different places during my vacation, and so a lot of these favorites. Sorry, I was just turning to see what Dream was doing. In any case, I wanted to bring you some of the favorites that I used on my recent trip. I also wanted to kind of share with you kind of my pared down vacation must-haves. I packed a lot of makeup, guys. Babes, I packed a lot of makeup. And I am so mad at myself because I didn't use half of the stuff that I packed. Not even half of it. So I really want to share with you a pared down basic look for this July favorites that you can use for the rest of the summer. So keep it where you got it. Brown Girl Bella. So before we begin, I'm going to prime my skin, and this favorite that I'm going to prime my skin with is one of those favorites that I discovered on my trip. This is by MAC Cosmetics. This is their Hyper Real Serum. Babes, let me tell you how much I loved this primer. I use about that much. Right? Not only does it give you a glow if you want a glow, but if you want to matte this down and make your face more matte, it does that too. I know, right? I was so stoked because, you know, I like a little glowy face every now and then, but I also love a matte look. So to have the ability in this one little, and this is the travel size because I was afraid to get the full size and have TSA stop me because I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to pack and lug my suitcase back or whether I was going to check it. I did end up checking it, so I could have gotten the full size, but I like that I got the travel size. Next, I want to share with you the foundation. And lo and behold, this is another MAC product. I'm going to tell you, I did a video talking about how I'm going back to MAC. This is their newest foundation. And what I love is that the bottom has a twisty, so you can turn it so that it is open, and then you could also turn it so that it's closed. I am NC50, which for the longest time, I was trying to figure out like what my foundation color is in MAC. And the young lady who helped me out, shout out to you, Jennifer. I told you I was going to give you a shout out. She matched me, boom, like that. And it was perfect. Perfect shade. As you can see, it blends in like a dream. Like a dream, not like dream. She stuck her little head up like, you called me mama? No, I didn't, baby. I didn't call you. But this does blend in flawlessly. Look at the short work I am making with my Sonia G brush. This is from her Lotus series, and this is the base brush. She has a new brush set out. I so want it. I really do. But I'm going to hold off. I'm trying not to make so many big, large purchases this year because there's a number of things that I want to do with this channel, and I need to cut back. Look at that. Perfect. Blends in seamlessly. does a fantastic job. Okay, let me give you my concealer that I used on the trip that I loved. I still love it. It's been a favorite here many times over. It is the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer by Charlotte Tilbury. In the shade number 14. And this is bae to me because not only does it do its job of concealing my under eye, but it also has a little bit of skincare mixed in as well. So it does a fantastic job of brightening underneath my eyes and giving me a little bit of skincare coverage as well, because it has like hyaluronic acid and niacinamide, which really help to give some moisture back to the skin. And as you know, the under eye area is the most fragile area of the face and the one that needs the most kind of TLC and love. And so I used this, and there are many days all I did was conceal my face a little bit under the eye area here, put a little bit on my eyelids before my eyeshadow, maybe spot conceal in a little places where I thought I might need a little extra zhuzh, and that was it. That was all I did throughout the entire vacation. All right, this is more or less blended in. This is by Rare Beauty, and this is in the shade, Full of Life. It's a stick. There we go. Full of Life is the name of it, Rare Beauty. And so I've just been using this stick, carving out the places where I want that extra coverage, that extra zhuzh. Using that same base brush, I just blend it in. You know, one thing about bronzers, I will say, especially in the summertime, but really throughout the year, gives your face a little bit more definition. And when you're a little bit paler in the wintertime, it helps bring some more warmth back into your face. Because you know, with the wintertime, you're going to get paler, so you lose a lot of that warmth that you had throughout the summer. And so adding in a bronzer to your routine really kind of helps bring that back. Plus, you know, all those bad things and fruity drinks you were drinking on your vacation sucks in that face, honey, so you can still have that curvature that you want. You know what I mean? Yes. All right, now let's go into my favorite blushes. Stick blushes as well, because let's face it, it was very, very hot. And so I needed something that I can just swipe and go. So mother to the rescue, I took with me Paradise Peony. I didn't take the other one that I had from Pat McGrath, but this Paradise Peony, especially in the morning time, I loved just swiping this on. Let's grab my new Sonia G brush and just putting that on the skin. Gives you a little flush of color, so it's perfect for daytime, it's perfect for work. If you just want a little hint of color. For the nighttime, what I did was I went into my Westman Atelier stick. This is in Pop It, a little bit brighter of a color. And I just added it to the cheekbones for those times when I just wanted a bit more color on the cheeks, I use Pop It to kind of pop it on the cheeks. And I love Pat McGrath's formula for these blushes because if you don't want highlight, you see how it gives you that natural glow? So nice. For powder, I grabbed the Givenchy Prism Libre in the travel size. They were selling this for, I believe, $29 at Sephora. I snatched this up because I knew that I wanted to carry this with me on my vacation, and I knew I didn't want to carry my full size, and this did not disappoint. Just put out a little bit onto the lid and just pounced my brush over the places where I naturally get oil buildup, T-zone area, and the forehead. Just matting this down. And I love that this powder does not disturb any of the cream product, nor does it disturb my foundation. It just breezes over really quickly, and like its full-size companion, this blurs any pores, any fine lines, and it just gives you a filtered look to the skin. Fantastic. And that's really all I needed. I didn't need to repowder during the day. It lasts all day. And then if I was changing over my makeup from day to night, I would just add one more layer to it, spray the face down, and go. For my under eye, I was using the MAC Studio Fix powder that they gave me when I purchased the things that I got from MAC, and it comes with its own like little powder puff as well. This is also in NC50. I just used the sponge to pat underneath the eye, and also, like I said, if I wanted to have an extra dose of coverage across the face, I used the powder and my brush. For my eyelids, I did go in with the About Face eye primer. I've been using the About Face eye primer for a while now, so it's no stranger to this channel and my favorites series. And again, what I love about it is that it lays down a nice even coverage of the primer, and it works with any formula that I have. So whether I am using my singles that I packed from Pat McGrath, or my little mini palettes from Viseart or Pat McGrath, or whether I grabbed the single from Victoria Beckham, which is what I'm going to put on my eyes next. Starlight is what I'm going to use right now on the lid. So let me show you Starlight. It is a beautiful golden color, and this is a one and done for me. This is something that I loved to do on my vacation because I wanted to get out into those streets as soon as possible. So the days that I put on eyeshadow, I wanted something that I can just swipe on and go. So this was perfect for that. If I wanted something a little fancier, I would go in with one of my palettes, either Viseart or Pat McGrath, and put that on. But really, these Swipe and Go shades from Victoria Beckham, as well as the singles that I bought from Pat McGrath, were really my ride or dies. This is my other favorite. Again, another MAC Relove. This is the Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and this is the matte version. Man, this has been such a lifesaver for me as I was going around with the cruise, and as well as, you know, running around in those streets of Miami where it's very hot and humid. This was perfect. You need to shake it up because the particles that are in here, if you don't shake it up, it will leave like white deposits on your face. That's not cute. Okay, next up is the eyes, and you know I have been loving layering my mascaras, and I did that as well on this trip. So I always start off with my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. Use this to prime my eyes. So one of the things that I took with me on my vacation, which I couldn't even share with you because the product was embargoed until, well, in the middle of my trip is when the embargo was lifted. And so I wasn't able to share it with you because by the time the embargo was lifted, I was in the middle of an ocean, so I couldn't share it with you. But here it is. This is the Benefit Fan Fest Mascara. First of all, let's get into the packaging, which I absolutely love. Look at that. If you feel like it's hypnotic, I think that's the look that they were going for, because it certainly looks hypnotic when you put this thing on. First, let's talk about this curved wand. Talk about volumizing and lifting. It is so beautiful. It gives you a beautiful fan effect, which I'm going to demonstrate right now. So here is one swipe, and this is how I put on mascara, especially ones like this that have that curvature. Look at that. So this fan effect gives you 5 times the volume to amplify your lashes. I mean, do I even need a second coat? I like to put it on anyway, but this mascara is phenomenal. I had so many compliments. My family was asking me, oh my gosh, what lashes are you wearing? And I'm like, they're mine. I'm using a new mascara. And they were like, which one? Which one? I was like, I can't tell you yet. Now I can actually tell you it is the Fan Fest by Benefit. Fantastic. Thank you, Benefit, for once again hitting it out of the park. Thank you for sending me this product. And that is my mascara fave. I didn't even use anything else. I just used this Fan Fest mascara for my lashes. And as you can see, that's really all I needed, right? So for highlight, I brought both sticks from Pat McGrath. I bought the one that I had last year, which is Cyber Orchid. Again, both of them have a balm side. And then this is the Cyber Orchid. Really, really pretty. This is what I'm going to put on today. And I just swiped it on. Sometimes I used it with a balm. Sometimes I used it without the balm. For brows, I did use my On-Set Brow by Dior. For my eyebrows, I used the shade Black because I had those braids in, so I wanted to make sure that my brows were really pronounced while I had the braids in. Last but not least, let me tell you about the lips. So I think the lips were the thing that I bought the most of. One of my favorites was this one. Throw it not only in my tote bag that I brought with me, but I can also throw it into my small handbags as well. This is one of my faves, and I love the brightness of it as well. You can only get it on the YSL site. For some reason, they don't sell it at Sephora or any of the other stores. So if you want to get this, you're gonna have to go to the YSL site to get this. But I love it. It's very creamy. I will say that it wears kind of funny. So if you're eating, I would just take the lipstick off, and then once you're finished eating, I would reapply it fresh, because when you're eating and drinking and doing all that, it does wear off and it gets kind of crumbly. So I like to just take it all off and then reapply, which is why I love this. So it was so compact enough to put it in whatever bag that I was carrying, whether it was a large bag or a small bag. It was just enough, or no bag if I just wanted to put it in my pocket. It was the perfect size to port around with me without being concerned that I'd lose it or drop it somewhere. So that is it. That is everything that I love and that I used during my recent vacation. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. This really helps out this channel and helps keep me in the algorithm so that we get more babes in our Bella Brigade. So until next time, you have now been Bellafied. Bye, babes.